A very festive welcome back to Six Ashes for episode 34 with me, MrSealyp. It's the evening of day 5, late summer. I've just had a couple of drinks with the chaps in the pub. What I'm going to do, I had one pint and then a Coke. So I'm fine. I'm good to drive. Don't worry. We are going to head out, just check on the bale situation. Baling was all completed. All the hay swaths that were left behind, I grabbed a loading wagon. I didn't record it because I'm a genius like that. But all the stuff that was in the fields here, the fisheries, has all been collected. All the stuff that was in the garden has all been collected. And it's all now in the hayloft. So bales are done. And there's a load in the hayloft. We've got a lot of bales. We hit our limit. Now I could have sworn I put the number about 100. What did I say it was? 147. I can't remember now off the top of my head what I thought the limit was going to be. I don't think we got to that before we hit the limit, which means I've got some missing bales or something somewhere that's causing that issue. Don't know why, but anyway. So I think did I put 3 lots or 4 lots up here in the end, and then we'll head round to the main farm and I'll show you the storage. Now I did have a bit of a fiddle around with loading simply because of the depth of the different shelters. These ones I went with 15s. Might have been 4 lots I put in here. Yeah. That's all very neat, isn't it? And what I'm even happier with is that we've been off and away and come back again, and there's been no damage from vandals. So yeah, these were done in 15s. Very pleased. And then I've got a load at the CJ farm, but at CJ I can't remember what I did them in. I want to say 24s, 26s. 26s I think I did in the end. That's a really dodgy turn. I can't see the traffic. Whoa. I'm just watching out for headlights really. We do sit quite a long way back in this Land Rover, so I have to go for it, aren't I? I'm going to make sure before I go to bed that all the animals are mucked out, everything's checked. We should be okay. So one thing though, the T-Rex, I forgot I was jet washing the Xerion. The company that makes the T-Rex, BSM, have done some work on it. Actually, I should have just parked up where I normally do. So that thing works even more efficiently than it did before. Engine off. And hop out. So, yeah, clearing out all these areas. A couple of people did ask me about the trees and stuff around here. It was finicky. There were some of those ones that are very low to the ground, and I just had to go round and round it until I got, I think it was just one cut. I just got a little bit cut. And then it was that case of saving the game, coming out, coming back in again. And the tree then had come up out of the ground, and I was able to get the rest of it out. That should be done by now, shouldn't it? Yes. Open silo. I probably shouldn't have opened it. I thought it was going to open it a little bit. That's done the whole lot, hasn't it? It shouldn't spoil. It's still in the silo. 287,841 litres. So we've got plenty of silage. We haven't got to worry about that at all. Let's turn that off. So yeah, as we turn the corner here, and these again, no vandalism, have all stayed exactly where they were put. we have got an absolute load of hay bales. Plus loads in storage. We shouldn't have to worry for quite some time. I'm now thinking that our hay bales actually outnumber, by a long way, our silage bales. So doing total mix ration, especially if we... Actually, why don't I just turn the lights on? Oh, it's down the other shed, isn't it? Turn all these on. Yeah, if I do buy the other dairy farm, I'm going to need loads of total mix ration, especially if I decide to do a load of dairy cows. So I will need to do a load more of this, but that will be probably next season now, because I'm not going to have the money to buy the other dairy farm until year 3 anyway. So yeah, that's where we're at. I'm going to carry on mucking out. Looks like one of my helpers kind of got part way through and then left it, but that's not a problem either. Tomorrow, day 6 late summer, if I've got no other jobs to do, and I don't think I will have, unless I decide to, should I do, oh no, I won't be able to do a baling contract, so it won't let me make any more bales, so I can't. Oh no, baling contracts though. That normally comes outside the remit, doesn't it? Oh, you know, I've done so many different things. I'm doing it again. People will comment and say, yeah, you've done it before already. You know it's alright, or it's not alright, or... No, it's still on my total, isn't it? I don't know, maybe. But yeah, I'm thinking tomorrow is going to be... Lights off. Trees. Fruit trees and planting some new trees, I think, is what we're going to be doing. We're okay in there. So that's going to be tomorrow, weather permitting. Talking of which, animals are good. 157 pigs, they're still okay. 373 chickens now in the metal fence stable. Obviously the cattle are going to stay the same because we're just fattening them up. Oh, I went on to check the weather, didn't I? Tomorrow, bit of rain about 9 PM. That should be okay. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, bit of rain Tuesday. We'll see how we get on. But yeah, maybe trees tomorrow. I think that's what we're going to be aiming at. Let's move this out of the way. So I'll see you in the morning. It's just before 6:25 in the morning, day 6, late summer. I've been doing some research. I've just actually finished mucking out the cows, but I need to grab the skid steer loader. We're going to need that. Disconnect that. Yeah, I've been talking to the guys at the livestock market, the specialists, Realismus. Been checking out all their paperwork. And I was going to hold on to my pigs until winter when the price spiked again. But doing my farrow to finish, which I've been doing, so rather than farrow to feeder, feeder to finish, I bought my initial pigs and then they're giving birth and I'm taking them right the way through. I'm supposed to be selling them on at about £280 and I've got a load of them that are that and above. Yeah, so at about 6 months old, which takes 10 months for the entire cycle. 4 months for gestation. No, don't want that. Not taking that with me. Yeah, 4 months for gestation and birth, and then 6 months from birth to when they're ready to be sold. So that's what I need to be doing. I'm taking this up to the store because I'm going to be using this to load on my pallets of saplings because I'm going to be putting some trees in. And if I get time, we'll have a look at... We'll have a look at fruit trees as well. So everything's going great. I do have a full carton of eggs on the right, and I've got a half full one on the left. I still haven't done my sell point, what do you call it, market stall for the fisheries. but we'll get onto that at some point. So yeah, this will go up to the store. While I'm up at the store, I'll sort a livestock market. A livestock market. A livestock trailer is what I'm going to sort out. Then we'll get one of the tractors up, and I'm going to start taking the pigs that are the right weight. Now we've got males and females. The males have put on a lot more weight a lot quicker. So I think I've got some of those are 300 pounds and above, 360 in weight. So I'm going to take all the ones that are over 280 or over, we're going to be getting rid of. Which is what I should have been doing. Now, can you keep them for longer? You can. The females as well, if you want to keep a load more females for breeding, you absolutely can. But with the 10 I've got, and the amount I've now got of pigs, I don't need any more breeders. The whole point is selling off the excess stock. The cows, my limousines, need to be at around 1,200 to 1,400 pounds in weight. That's optimum for selling them. And I think at the moment there are 800 and something, but we'll double check that. When we go and do the pigs, we'll double check. So what I'll do, I'm trying to think how many... Now this is one of those situations that, the same as I had with Holmerkra, although this is a slightly different map to Holmerkra, I have cleared a load of trees, and this is, I'm giving back. I'm going to put some back. Obviously, it's what I should be doing. I should be doing a 2-for-1 policy, so every tree I cut down, put in 2 or a 3-for-1, however you want to go for it. But I have found in the past, every time I've gone to plant trees, it says there are too many in the area, and you need to remove some first before you can plant any new ones. I'm hoping that's not going to happen. I'm hoping we're going to be okay with this. That's actually quite heavy with that on the back. I really do like the way this Berkman trailer, part of the Alpine equipment, you get the balance just right with whatever you're putting on it, and it doesn't put too much strain on the hitch or anything like that. I really like it. I think it's great. So what we'll do is swing this around, sort out the livestock trailer, and then we'll it's like I've said before, it's interesting that you kind of have a plan in your head of what you're going to do, and it was going to be trees and fruit trees, and then suddenly thinking to yourself, you know what, I haven't checked. I keep talking about the pigs and how many we've got, but hadn't really taken a lot of time to look at the weight of them. I'm going to put the pallets onto this trailer, and then we'll take the pallets of saplings over, and then I'll come and grab the skid steer loader at some point. That's not a problem. So what we'll do is... Yep, that's right. Put that back. And that should be fine. Right, let's go and sort out a load. It's not going to be a massive livestock trailer. We don't have a huge amount of room, it's like I said before. I could go for a great big thing, but getting it in and out of yards and things is too difficult. Yeah, we could go for the Micheletto AM19, but why? That's the one I kind of favour, really. That'll do 12 pigs at a time. That's the one we did originally, I think, isn't it? That one does 9, so I'm better off going with this one. And we'll take it as is, I think. So we'll lease that one. We'll come and get that later. Then what we'll do is go to our objects, and we need pallets and pallet saplings. We're not doing poplars. We've already got poplars in the ground. That'll do 20. Just trying to think, did we have any modded ones that did more than that? I don't think we did. We'll keep checking, because that's 20, isn't it? Yeah. So how many pallets should I do? How many trees am I going to put down? Let's go with 60 trees, so I'll go with 3. Whether it will let me plant 60 or not, again, that's remains to be seen, potentially, but we'll try our best. I'll try to make sure I put this sensibly. Plus, I'm going to have to go. I was going to go for the triple setup again and do 3 at a time, but you know what? I'm just going to do 1 at a time. So we'll go with the PL75, the Damcon. Farm Dog wanted to do 3 at a time, but I said no. And he's not having it. He's not happy. Now, oh, a few thank yous. He's going absolutely bonkers. Stephen was one of them, definitely. Tio, Michael, and Billy. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Merry Christmas to you and yours. I mean, that goes out to everybody, but specifically those four. Thank you kindly. Now, are we going to be having a Christmas special? I don't know, is the answer. I would like to say yes, but at this present moment in time, I don't know. Let's put that there. Should have gone in from the side in the first place. Thought I would get them on the other way, but it makes more sense doing this way around. I think Farm Dog's going bonkers because of the current situation we find ourselves in. What we're in now, tier something or other. All I know is there's a lot of tiers, and not just the tiers we find ourselves in. The ones you do in the shower so no one can see, so no one sees you crying. Those tiers. Yeah, we're trying to get as much of our Christmas food and stuff delivered. Or say we are. My lovely wife has been organising it, and we're getting things delivered from various different places. Whatever places can get us delivery slots, and we can get the things we need. I guess my daughters every now and then have been popping down to our big supermarket near us, and things are sold out, and it's, you know, the usual carnage you kind of get to expect in these situations. So we're doing the best we can. But like I've always said with regard to Christmas, people do get very kind of bent out of shape and stressed if things don't go well, and, you know, if things don't cook properly, and I understand that, I really do. But here's the thing to remember. It's supposed to be about spending time with loved ones and having fun, and, you know, having a nice time, that kind of thing. And if something doesn't cook properly, if it doesn't work out how you thought it was going to, it's not the end of the world, because you're not going to go hungry. You're not going to go stuck. If you're anything like my family, whenever we've done it, and that's my extended family, and my brother and his kids and my parents, you always have way more food than you need. You know, we often do turkey and a gammon joint, and if one doesn't cook, you know, there'll be all the veg, there'll be all the peripheral, there'll be all the stuff. And if worst case happens and something goes horribly wrong, you've always going to have stuff in the freezer. Yeah, it's not going to necessarily be a Christmas dinner per se, but it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. I know people get so wound up and anxious, and it has to go absolutely perfectly. And I remember one year my mum cooking the Christmas turkey, and I don't know what happened, something went horribly wrong, and when she brought it over and we cut into it, it wasn't cooked properly. It just wasn't, because we were with my brothers, and she sobbed because she'd ruined Christmas. And she hadn't. Alright, so the turkey wasn't cooked properly. There was so much other food, it didn't matter. It really didn't matter. So anyway, yeah, we've got all sorts going on, so that's why Farm Dog was going bonkers. It had nothing to do with me planting 3 lots of saplings at a time, although it sounds like something else has just arrived too. So I'm going to park this up, and I'm going to go and actually I might take the fence and let's get some of these pigs sorted out, and then I'll get the damcon and we'll get some trees in the ground too. I'll take these up through the pig farm, and we'll go up to the back of the field and we'll get them where they need to go. The damcon should pick them up off this trailer without too much hassle, I think. But again, I don't know. Right, let's park that there and hop out. Right, we need to go. Grab this, then we'll go and get the trailer, and then we'll come back. Right. See you in a minute when I'm back here with the livestock trailer. We'll go through, we'll take out the ones that are £280 or over. We'll get them up to the livestock market and we'll get them sold. Right, I'm going to swing down that way first. Oh, no I'm not. Let's open the gate. Okay, that should do. Engine off. Right. So, what we're looking at then is anything over £280. So, as we scroll down, 233, 253, there we go, 295. That one can go, that one can go, that one can go, that one, that one, that one, that one. These are obviously my larger ones. Yeah, stock 0.6 years, so they're 6 months old. Right, that's the first load, confirm that. First one's in, all over £280. Our foray into livestock is working, it's doing what it should be. Now the pig food situation, you haven't seen me feeding them regularly and that kind of thing. I do it sort of when I muck them out in the mornings and that kind of thing. I've still got that situation where there's loads of pig food still in here, but as I said before, I'm still collecting up the ingredients to do it. So if there hadn't been any in the trough, I still would have had stuff to do it, and if there hadn't been, I would have gone and bought pig food. Doing the wood chips meant I had enough surplus income. I could sell a load of wood chips, go and buy a load of pig food if I needed to. So that's not an issue, and the surplus that I'm getting, the stuff that's left at the bottom, because it's still not going into the trough yet, I'm just putting into this reusable pallet, and then at some point we'll get onto it. But this is the whole thing, it's a long-term prospect. You wouldn't necessarily start doing a pig farm in real life and do it for a year and say, okay, I'm done now. It's a long-term process, and you would have a rolling, a load coming in, coming out, and because we get our 10 start animals anyway, that can continue for a few years, and we will continue to make profit. I'm still in the process of getting crops. Our corn will come over here to the pigs. I was going to do sunflower, but I didn't have, unfortunately, the only sunflower field that came up available to buy was part of a plot that cost about 500 and something thousand for one sunflower field, which seemed a bit excessive to me. So I think next season we'll do sunflower, but again I might just buy a load of pig food and it's done. Corn's still growing. Now you may or may not be aware of this, and depends when you're watching this actually, because it's being recorded in loads of different segments. Again, with all the run up to Christmas, all the things going on, I've been trying to get a bit of a break as well, and they carried on dropping mods as they do. And I went away and I did check, and it definitely said there'll be no more tested or uploaded. And then they did 2 more days worth. So today is the 23rd. Are we still going to get more? I don't know. But part of the seasons update was, and this is seasons, not necessarily precision farming. If I go into my menu here and we go across to our options there for settings, you've got these 2 now for crop damage and weed intensity. So that will range. The lower the number results in less damage. So if you want to go full on hardcore, 100% crop damage. So depending on what you do, if you get crop damage, it's going to be horrendous, or you can scale that right the way down if you want to, like so. And the same with weed intensity. Now I don't have weeds on, but if you were going to do weeds, the same thing. You could have very high weed intensity or bring it all the way back down. So I'm putting on 10 anyway, or even though I haven't got them on, but just because it seems safer that way in case any weeds were to suddenly appear. It's one of those things that popped up after the thing. I haven't done a video really to show it. Right, ramp down. I can do it from here if I want to, or I can get out and do it. I think it's more kind of, you would do it from here because you'd be ushering them into the sell point. So, oh, there we go. So I just had to go off the bottom of there, pressing up on my D-pad, and now it's brought me onto that menu. I was going to say, yeah, if you've got the factories mods, any of the factories mods installed, I know when the seasons mods got updated, there were some issues and it was causing a few problems with the animal system. But the factories, any of the factories packs, use the animal system, and it was causing issues. 566 per animal. That's not too bad. Confirm. Is it mega money? No. Could I keep them longer and make more money? Potentially. But it does say this is when you should be selling them. The thing is, you run that risk then, and again, it depends with your crops, what you're using to feed them, if you're buying pig food, how cheaply you can buy your pig food. There are so many different variables that if you keep them much longer, what you're paying out for feed and upkeep and all that kind of thing, looking after them, do you then make that back longer term? Whilst you may end up in another 3-4 months time getting, I don't know, let's say I've got 800 for each one, how much money has then gone into them to keep them that long to get the extra money? But you know, at the end of the day, like I said before, it's just doing them, having the animals. I have just run and am running a successful farrow to finish pig farm, and I'm pleased with that. I'm smiling. So I've got a load more to sell. I'm going to go through. I'm going to get rid of all the excess ones that are all over £280. I will see in a bit. We'll have a little bit more money in the bank. There we go. Get my words out, and then we'll get onto the trees. So I'll do is turn a bit better this time. That's better. Anything where you don't crash into a wall or a silo, or you know, it's always good, isn't it? That's considered a result. Well, that's all the excess pigs sold. All the ones that are left are under £280 in weight. I came very close to selling some of my 10 originals. That would have been a bit of a problem. Need to be very careful. I was looking at the amounts and thinking, whoa, that's worth a lot, that's worth a lot. Sling them into the trailer. Then suddenly thought, hang on a minute. Looking at the numbers, it was part of my 1 to 10. Can't risk that. We're down to 101 now. Pig pen, 101. What were we on? 157? So we sold quite a few. We made about a little bit over 30 grand, I think we did. But that cycle will continue. Those 10 will keep producing. The ones I've got in there will keep putting on weight. I'll sell it for the excess, sell off the excess, and keep going. So that's all going really well. Trailer is up here. This should, I say should, I will undo the straps, but we shouldn't have too much of a problem now. Let's just disconnect that, and that, and that. And what should happen is, come alongside, and then press L3, we should transfer over from there to there, like so. Now, the other thing I can do is, I can set the toggle the planting distance. So at the moment it's on 2 meters. With seasonal work, if you have your trees too close together, it can stifle their growth and stop you getting the growth you need or want. I'm going to toggle it to 3 meters, I think, between trees. That should be enough. I can always have a look as I start putting them down and then decide if I want to change that. I'm going to do a run along the edge of the fence line, maybe another run back. Leave myself some room for fruit trees maybe at the front. I'll get in as many as I can anyway. So let's turn that off. So what should happen now? Switch that on. Am I going to allow crate fields or just put them in as they are? As they are, I think. And look, rain. That's not forecast. Not till 9 o'clock tonight. Well, that's just typical. You know what? I'm going to change that. I think we're going to put it on 5s. I think 5 metre distances, because that seems to be. That's better. Seems to be very close together. But it is letting me put trees in the ground, which is great. So I haven't had that message come up saying you need to remove some first. We are giving back. We are doing our bit. Makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Farm dog is driving me absolutely bonkers today. Absolutely bonkers. Oh, dearie me. Right, so I want to leave a nice gap between as well, because I don't want them stifling each other's growth. So what we should have now, let's put that down. Don't put it in line, there we go. So we're just out of line a little bit. Let's go and grab the next one. Well, that 20 went down quick, didn't it? 60 trees isn't going to go very far. Not as far as I was hoping it was going to go. Okay. I've still got it turned on. Okay. Let's get these. Oh yes, I'm going to take... Not going to take 5 minutes to get these in. Where was the last one? I've lost it. Is that there? Yeah. Just there. That reset itself. Hmm. Too close, bit too close. No. Way too close on those last ones. I should have turned earlier. There's that. We'll do another run round. This next run round I'm going to go in front of the mound. I don't think I'm going to put any up on the mound. I did turn that. So, did I turn that? That's better. And last pallet. 60 trees in the ground in absolutely no time. Maybe we'll go into fruit trees then. Those are going to be brought in because they're going to be fully ready to go. I suppose what I should have done was kept hold of the wheel loader and then we could have dug the holes for them, but it's all good. Right, where did we get to? We were about there, weren't we? Yes, we were. So you know, like I said before, these are going to take, I think it's like 5 or 6 years with seasonal work to grow. So this isn't anything I'm going to see. I might see a little bit of growth in the time I'm running the farm for the time being. Am I going to see them grow to full maturity? No. But the whole point is, I am putting back for future generations. Three, 2, 1, and done. That's our 16. Could I do some more? I probably could. Whoops. Probably could do a load more, couldn't I? But for the time being, that's 60 trees back in the ground. The rain's going to help them having just been planted. So what I need to do now is sort out some fruit trees, I guess. What do I want to go with, though? Let's drop that down a second. Where do I want to put them? Just in front of these, I guess, across this plot. I've got loads of manure from my pigs and my cows, so I've got manure, and my water container is just up there for the greenhouses at the allotments. Or I could put them this side, couldn't I? Maybe run them down. No, maybe not. I'm going to put them this side. I'm trying to rejuvenate this patch of ground. Right, bear with me just a moment then. And there we go. So, at the front, or here, I've gone for 2 pear trees. And then I've gone for 3 peach trees. These 3 here. And then put a couple of apple trees at the back. Giving them plenty of space. It's nice to see something back on the ground there as well. Brings the whole area back to life again. So what I'm going to do now, go and grab some water. I'm going to load up one of the trailers, I think over at CJ Farms with manure. Bring that over. We'll get some manure on them, get some water on them, and then we should get some fruit. These need to go back. That goes back to CJ, that back to the other farm. Skid steer loader will need to come back. Start that up. I'll put the lights on because it's getting a bit grotty, isn't it? Right. See in a little while with some water and some manure. Last 2 trees to put water on. Not in. And that's the last couple of peach trees, and that's all of them, don't think. Was this one pear? This one was pear, wasn't it? Yes. Yes, it was. Right. That will need to go back over to the allotment. Now it's time for the manure. That will double up our fruit harvest and our revenue from them. Very pleased. What time is it? Not even lunchtime yet. Not bad for a morning's work. Seems like a good use of the manure to me. And then one more. And we'll be done. We should be moving. Wow, that was a bit squeaky. Into day 1 of autumn. Oh no, this one to do as well. Whether we're going to have anything to harvest or not, I don't know. If I look and go across 2 contracts, I've got baling, I've got fertilising. Still no harvest contracts have come up apart from the one. I had 1 harvest contract this year. So I have my own fields that will be, hopefully, coming up at some point. Will I take any more baling? I don't think I can. Poplars are still growing. They're going to take however long they're going to take to grow. I think it's just under a year, or maybe it's just over a year they take. So they may not be ready until spring, potentially. But they're looking pretty good. And everything is progressing. So, as per usual, I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.